Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Darlene and I'm the owner and creator of Let It Flow Designs. I want to show you how I made this rainbow effect. So as you can see, I am mixing my resin in a back and forth motion. And I'm using a rainbow window film, and I am going to be pouring the resin on the shiny side, not the matte side, the shiny side. I put my caulking around the outside. I think it measured 10 inches, I believe. And I'm going to be using the little crystals around the outside edges, and I think they are 4.5 millimeter. So I'm just putting a little bit of resin in, and I want to make sure that I push it all the way to the edge of the caulking. And I have everything down on a Lazy Susan. Sorry for the condition of it. I should attempt to try to clean it. I've done a lot of alcohol ink on it. So I'm popping bubbles, and the nice thing about this is I don't have to worry about destroying a silicone mold. There's nothing to burn here. So now I'm adding the little crystals around the outside edges. I was going to put some resin in the cup with them first, but they laid down pretty good around the edges. And the nice thing about being on this Lazy Susan is I can just turn it and have it work for me, not against me. And as you can see, I still have all the tape around the edges. Sorry guys, I'm not a professional when it comes to making videos or even editing them. This took me probably 2 days to get all the kinks out of it. So again, I'm just putting the crystals around the edges. I did do a little coaster when I did the cellophane plastic, or I'm not even sure what it's called. And I cut it up and I had that around the edges, and it turned out really pretty. Just keep going around and heating it again with the torch. The torch works really good for popping bubbles. And now we wait. So I ended up watching a movie, and I didn't get back to this in time. It was starting to set a little bit harder than I'd liked. I've done a lot of freeform resin bowls, and I've never had one sit this long, so it ended up being quite the chore trying to get it to mold around and take the shape of something. So I was going to try to use this heart shape dish that I had. I was hoping that it would form and lay up against the outside of the heart shape. It just wasn't going to work. I'll know for next time definitely to set an alarm or something so I can get back to it before it gets this far gone in the curing process. So I was trying everything I could to get it to go down and lay it a little bit closer to the outside edges. If you do take a heat gun, you can heat it, which I do anyways, just so that I get a nice flat bottom. It just helps to soften the resin a little bit. You can manipulate it a little bit better, but you know, once it starts to get to this stage, there's really not much you can do. So now I'm struggling. I'm mad that I watched a movie, but I'm going to make it work. Somehow I will make it work. So now I'm just adding the heat to try to get it to lay flat along the bottom part. And then I'll move around to the outside edges, trying to get it to soften up a little bit more. Even after this point, I even tried to use some tape to hold it down, but it wasn't working. So at this point, my mind is trying to figure out, how am I going to get this to do what I want it to do? So I ended up taking it off of this heart shape, and I ended up putting it on a vase. So this is the next day. The vase I've used quite a few times for resin dishes. So it's wrapped up pretty good with saran wrap and tape and all kinds of stuff, but it works good. So removing the resin from this film and the caulking that I used around the edges was really satisfying. I love this part. And the resin does come away from this window film very easily. And again, it is the shiny side that the resin was poured onto. And you can start to see the rainbow effect. And the nice thing also is with this film, you can, as long as your caulking stays intact, you can just use it over and over. I ended up getting a crease in it because I was just fighting with it the night before. But you can use it over and over. So here's the finished product. The edges still have to be tidied up a little bit. I just love the look of this. And so easy to do, guys. It is so easy. I'm definitely going to make a bigger one, most definitely, and I'm going to do the cellophane around the edges. I really like the look of it. And I'm trying to get it into the light so you can see the rainbow effect. I will move it over to the kitchen window. So you can see the effect on the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. Now, I followed Sandra Lett on YouTube. She doesn't recommend adding any kind of a pigment to it. You won't be able to see the rainbow effect. And here's the bottom. And the top, or the inside of the bowl. So pretty. Definitely going to make more. And coasters. Easy, guys. Give it a try. Thanks for watching. Bye.